Trust is something that we all need in life. But for that to be like good in our life, and especially after we have gone through a breakup, betrayal, disappointment, it can be hard, right, to manage that aspect of us. So first, we need to start to understand what is trust. Trust is an expectation. We need to understand this, and if you understand this, it makes everything easy. So, for example, we trust that a taxi driver can drive, right? We trust that a medical doctor can, do his art the way that he does, or that a pilot can pilot the airplane. We don't even ask for credentials there. We just trust. Why? Because there is enough evidence. It is robust. So we can become so trustful in it that it becomes a knowing, right? But what happens when it's something that it's negative? We can always trust people, but it doesn't seem that it's like that, is it? And why? Because we put expectations on them that then they are not fulfilled, and that our trust starts to shake. Trust is something that is related with the ability to perceive what is, right? To have discernment. But we can always trust people, always, and I will tell you why. Because what is expected of a liar? To lie, right? What is expected of a narcissist? To be selfish and manipulative. What is expected of a psychopath or a pedophile? You got my point, right? So by having this understanding, we go like, oh, okay. So then what we need to understand is why I have these relationships, why I have these people, why I'm experiencing these dynamics in my life. That's what it's necessary to understand. And to understand that, we need to take it to higher ground. And the higher ground is our soul agreements. Before we came here, we have this soul that is like our energetic projection of creation, source, universe, God, all that is, nature, I don't know, many names, that is projecting itself here in the physical body to have an experience. So before we come here, our soul has an intention, has a theme of exploration, something that wants to learn and expand through. And in order to do that, we establish agreements. We choose the place where we will be born, some experience that we will have. So we also choose the people that we will interact with for those experiences. And we need to understand this. Why? Because we are trusting those people to do their roles. And when we are disappointed, when we get hurt, betrayal, and so on, we will feel pain, and we are hurt and disappointed, and we don't know what to do. And then it starts this doubt, that it's like self-trust, it's affected, or how to trust in life again, or how even to trust again in another relationship, either it's romantic or a partnership in business or your own family or something like that, right? How to do that, how to recover from that point of deep betrayal and desolation to again feel confident in life. By understanding the roles of these people, I call my people, and that my people that do that to me, my ego breakers. And I'm grateful for them every day. Every day my ego breakers, are there to serve me. Because if they wouldn't, imagine the conversation in the afterlife. So what were you doing? Like, we agreed that you would like give me that last slack, you would knock me out, and then you didn't, and my awakening never happened. But it's like, what why didn't you drive like, drunk and hit me with a car, so I had that accident, so then I could go through a transformation and be an inspiration for thousands of people? Why you weren't there? What? Oh my God, I'm sorry, I liked you, so I couldn't hurt you. And you were like, yeah, but then now I have to do it all over again. It didn't work. You failed. No, people don't fail. People are exactly what they need to be in your life. So I know that I'm dramatizing and I'm making this, but it is true. And then if you, how can I say, link if you engage your perspective of whatever is happening in your life with the truth that is not only focus on what we know from this physical reality, but actually entangle this with truths of our souls, of our being, of 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 what we are, of what our soul intended to experience, we will have a resolution. And that is the purpose of the betrayal, and that is the purpose of the hurting, and that it's to have us awaken to a higher truth of ourselves, a higher truth of why we are here on earth, why do we experience pain, how to utilize pain in a way that it's beneficial for us, and so on and so forth. So bear with me if you are like, oh my god, no, this is not for me. But it is true, and I will tell you even deeper. We are all playing roles. We play roles of villains, we play roles of heroes, we play roles of victims, of martyrs, of, different roles. And then we change. We have simultaneous lives that we call past and future, but because time just exists, the only time it's now, it's all parallel realities. We all have different experiences. And even sometimes with the same soul, you have a life that is reversed. You may not be aware of it, but it's the truth. So focusing here on this life and coming back to this life, how do we heal? Get it to the point. In spite of what other agreements you might have in other parallel realities or how this works, you need to find in you the part of you that it's like that person. And you are like, are you telling me that I'm the narcissist, that I am the this and that? I'm telling you that you have energetically an aspect of you that is like that person. Otherwise, it would not even be possible for that person to be in your reality, because it would not be a match. You can only perceive what you are the vibration of, okay? And deeper this into trauma and child development, if there is an internalization process that always happens when we suffer abuse. So if you have, for example, narcissistic parents, you have an internalized wound of narcissism that is repressed. So the universe wants you to wake up. The universe wants you to become aware of the whole of who you are. And that part is repressed. So it will bring along a narcissist in your relationships in teenagehood or adulthood, that it's close, like your parents. So it can be like a connection that is like a romantic partner or someone that you really trust, like I said, a business partner or something, that will be so close that will mirror the same type of dynamic that you had with your parents. So you become aware of it. So you can call back that part that you put, away because you didn't want to look into it, because as a child you didn't have the resources, it was not the time, it was the experience, it was built, designed to be like this, all those things, okay? But the mechanism that is happening is you are attracting an experience that will allow you for you to wake up, to become aware of that part of you, so you can bring it to your conscious awareness and integrate it. And by integrate it, it's how you dissolve this, and the cycle doesn't have to repeat again. Because the problem is trusting is, okay, that happened one time, it's cleared, no problem. No, it's like it happens, and then we are scared, and then we go again in another relationship, and then something similar happens, and then we're like, what is happening, right? So we lose trust. We lose trust in ourselves. We lose trust in life. And we need to trust this. And this is where the trust begins. We need to trust that whatever you are going through, whatever person you encounter in your life, is there for a reason. So start there. Okay, this person is in my life for a reason. It was hard, it was painful, it was what it was. It still is. Or I'm still going through, whatever is your case. Oh, I went through it and now I want to heal and move forward. Whatever it is your case, you need to understand the reason. Because there is a reason for that person to be there. And you don't have to go through it again with another person if you understand the reason and integrate the wound. How I do it? There are different approaches, but when it's this, I directly like to say, like, I will not go through the whole process here because it's not the point, but I work directly with the person that I say, I want to I want to channel the part of me that is that person, or I want to channel the aspect of me that has these features of betrayal, or there is a traitor, or there is a whatever it is, fill in the blank. And what happens is that energy in me, that aspect, it can be sometimes a part, it can be an inner child, it can be an energy that you have comes forward. And by coming forward, you become aware of it, and then you can work with it. And how you work with it, is what I said, I'm not doing the video. You treat it like a normal session of inner child work. You talk with a part, you understand the motivations, you see the wound, detect, a really great in this case, the need, meet the need, and integrate the part. Okay. Also, usually this brings a lot of treasures and gold for me. Why? Because by taking on the perspective of the person that it's doing that, I understand their mechanism, I understand the way of thinking, I understand their needs, I understand their motivations. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I know how you think, now I know how you operate. You see? First, that brings you a lot of confidence again, because you are understanding how they work and the mechanism. And second, it creates some type of empathy and compassion, because usually this comes from a lack of something. Not usually, it comes. It comes from a pain, from an unmet need, a fear. And you go like, oh, okay, so they are acting like this and this and this. It's a compensation, it's a defense mechanism for this pain that they are not aware of, for this attempt of, for example, bringing about something they want and they feel powerless. So they try to force it for, many examples, different situations. But regarding trust, I truly recommend for people to do this. You go and you channel the part of you that is that person that hurt you, that was the traitor in your life, or that it was the person that broke your heart or lied to you or whatever, okay? And then you will understand that the only expectation that you need to have is the expectation that everything is okay. It's the expectation that there is a reason for what it's happened. It's the expectation that you can rely on you. You can rely on you to change your life. You can rely on you to solve the relationship dynamics and energy in your life. You can trust in the connection that you have with your soul, with your divine aspect, with your, I don't know how you people call it, many names. But you develop that relationship with you, and you trust in yourself, and you trust in your path, and you trust in your guidance, and you trust in your life. Okay. And this is here because if we heal, we don't have to repeat. I'm sorry, I need to check something. If we heal, we don't have to repeat the cycle, like I said again. And that will allow you to feel empowered to take again the reins of your life and to say, okay, now I understand. And of course, after this can come many stages, the stages of grief, the stages of forgiveness, the journey of forgiveness, not the stage. Forgiveness is a journey. And that leads you to a more healing and healed and at ease and at peace, right? Harmonized state. But focus here, because this is not about expecting trust from lives of others. It is about building trust in our lives, where we accept others. And we need to accept others for who they are. And we need to accept also us for who we are and our journey. And by doing this acceptance, the expectation changes. We start putting the expectations on others, and we start expecting that from ourselves and from our connection to our higher self, to our divine aspect from life. And it's like I said, when the expectation becomes continuous, like the taxi driver experience, everyone knows that the taxi driver knows how to drive, right? It becomes a knowing. So by exercising this inner trust, you know that you can rely on life. You know that you can trust in yourself. You know that you can trust in your guidance. And this is how you build again. And when you operate from this healing state, then you will have people and relationships that will just mirror this. There is no other way. It's an universal law. It's not personal. It's principle. So then, the same way that you had people mirroring back the aspects of you that you were not aware, that were hidden and in pain, now you are healed and you are aligned, you will have people mirroring back these aspects of you. Okay? I hope this helps. Much love, Sarah.